out and commit yourselves to public service for who knows how long. Let me start with a question for Ms. Jereza. The mission of the Office of Electricity is to lead research and development to strengthen and modernize the nation's power grid, which, Lord knows, needs a lot of help right now. And yet, DOE has lost more than 4,000 staff members this year so far, including over 70% of the people in the Grid Deployment Office. National laboratories working to advance research in grid modernization, they've begun layoffs. NRail in Colorado recently laid off 114 people. It seems to put our energy goals at risk. I just wanted to ask, as we try to upgrade our grid to prevent blackouts, to meet this rising energy demand, and oftentimes we're going to need energy in places where we didn't need it before, especially as AI really takes off. We're losing the expert staff at DOE and our national labs. How are we going to respond to that when you're going to come into a situation you're probably not going to have, when you say all hands on deck, there's not going to be a crowd?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. I really appreciate, and one of the reasons that I love working at the Department of Energy is the opportunity to work with some of the brightest minds who have such a commitment and dedication to their mission, and they work tirelessly for that. And if confirmed, my mission space will be with the Office of Electricity, and the Grid Deployment Office is currently a separate area. But I would, when I think about the resources, if confirmed, I will make every effort to work with you and assess the situation to ensure that we have the staffing and the resources that we need to ensure that we are able to continue to meet our very, very important mission.
Great. And I noticed that when Chris Wright came in, his first secretarial order was an imperative as we consider current and anticipated load growth on our nation's electric utilities. And I think that's what you're going to be very busy.
No doubt.
Mr. Hastevite, I saw you spent, is it your whole professional career with Devon?
Yes, Senator.
It's either a curse or very fortunate. I know Devon.
I think the latter.
Somewhat, yeah, I know. I wouldn't argue there. Colorado's got a proud history. We were the first government entity of any kind to regulate methane, to recognize the negative effects of it, and to recognize that you can, by regulating it, you can actually allow it to be captured and used as a form of energy instead of working against us, against the climate. A number of Colorado companies and universities have continued to try to focus on how do we make that next step in methane and be able to measure it more clearly, and other aspects of methane emissions for the benefit both of industry and climate. If you're confirmed, are you willing to really push and continue that methane reduction research that's been taking place at a variety of places within the Fossil Energy Office?
Senator, thank you for the question. METEC, one of your state's most well-known labs in this area of study, is a lab that we work with at my current employer. As you know, methane is a very difficult gas to measure. We're actively working to develop technologies, including low Earth orbit satellites, drones, continuous monitoring. Our company has a test site in Oklahoma that we invite people to visit freely, where we can test these different methane monitoring systems so we can find the best solution. Not only is it the right thing to do for the environment, it's the right thing to do for our economics. We spend millions of dollars to drill and complete these wells in order to produce the valuable products, oil and natural gas. We want to do our best to capture it and put it to good use to supply the energy that America needs. So I will absolutely commit to continue to work to find ways to take care of our nation's natural resources.
Right, and I think that it's important to continue to recognize that we can have a strong economy and address climate change at the same time. That there's a alignment of self-interest there for all of us. Just about out of time, Ms. Jereza, I did want to, we talked a little bit about the power grid and how we are going to be needing to get energy from places where we don't generate it to places where we now are going to need it. But part of the, we lost some of the research around that, and we were looking at ways before to strengthen and modernize our grid. Past research has shown that increasing the flows of electricity across multiple regions can make our grid more reliable, electricity more affordable. But some of those research findings have been suppressed in various ways. I'm sure you're aware of some of that. Obviously, you're committed to scientific inquiry and the integrity of science. I respect that. Will you make sure that we get the research published in a timely manner, no matter which direction it points us?
Senator, I very much appreciate what you're saying. Starting with my college years, I got very rigorous review, and I've learned from that, and I offer that to others when I look at their reports so that they will resonate and that they will be useful. And so it is important that at the pace that we need to go, that yes, I will, if confirmed, I will work to help to expedite the analysis so that it gets into the hands of those who need it.
Great. I'm out of time, but appreciate all of your time being here. And I'll have other questions I will pepper you with in written form in the future.